Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Jesus of Nazareth, good night, in the grace of my Father, Jesus of Nazareth. We always listen to his prayers and we always want to make the path easier for them. There are people who feel that if they are not given the push they will not start, and they say, Master, if that job doesn't mean they'll kick me out, if that person doesn't mean they should leave, if that ride doesn't suit me, they won't even sell me the ticket. Everything is under pressure like crazy, and of course it works. It works because sometimes they need to get angry, and many times they have used anger as a mechanism to achieve things and feel that the guide can be forceful, and we also want them to feel that they can see things in time so as not to have to reach those conditions so difficult for everyone to be in a fight. If you know your inner truth and you always know it, why don't you listen to yourselves? Why don't you allow that truth to chart new paths, and that the truth of what you want to do or don't want to be done be enough reason to put a stop and to be able to say, this far, I've come, before things turn from brown to dark. Before they start to have serious problems, before things get painful, and also then they can say to God, if my time is still in this space, in this place, improve the conditions for me. Help me so that I can find here a place, or give me something better than what I can be living here without it needing to be in the extreme of pain and suffering and under the filter of pain and suffering, which is how human beings always create things, in which if it does not hurt because you do not feel that you are alive, and also in a subtle way in more loving, calmer ways, and everyone deserves a good life, everyone deserves well-being, everyone deserves to travel, work in what they like, have what they need to progress, to have a roof over your head, to have your basic needs, your services, what your family requires, for clothing, for luxuries, all of that is under the protection of God, and if you can contemplate it, it is because the Father too you want it. But when you manage to convince yourself that you also want that, the feelings of separation that you were taught from when you were told as children, we are poor and you can't ask for that, or you have to buy things in a condition wherever it is, or a discount, or wherever it is in a promotion, or wherever the comebacks that another person gave you, well yes, they were the conditions of the moment, but it really is being able to feel that all the good things you deserve, that you deserve that if one day you didn't have shoes, then being able to today and day to have the best shoes because you already have a way to buy them, that if at one time you did not have a father or you did not have a mother, you can act in the role of father or mother, as you would have wanted your father or mother to behave with you. And in the law of abundance, brothers, there is always. The ancients said that where two eat, three eat, and we love this time of year because it is a time of sharing. It is a time where human beings like to give gifts, where other human beings open the door to being given gifts, so it is very beautiful because a whole law of abundance is generated from joy, from sharing, from brotherhood, from sharing moments together, and that although there are difficult moments in which the family necessarily comes together because there was tragedy or because there was illness or because they are in a moment of accompanying each other at a wake, well, why not allow themselves to enjoy the good moments and be able to get together as a family to laugh, to joke, to smile, around the nativity, to be able to share food, to be able to dance, to have a good time, because in life, brothers, not everything can be work. The idea is not that everything is problems, difficulties, that the atypical thing is to live badly, that it is something transitory, but that most of the time you are fine, and that they can feel that life gives them calm and tranquility because now they are very worried about the future and they forget the present and they forget to enjoy today. Don't save happiness for tomorrow, don't save smiles for tomorrow, don't save saying thank you to your family for tomorrow, don't save being able to say you are very important in my life, I love you, or being able to tell a person how nice it is that you are part of me life. How nice it is to have known you, and if at some point I hurt you or at some point you did it to me, we can iron out those rough edges, we can forgive each other and move on, saying here we already hurt each other in some way, but everything is settled because forgiveness pays off debts, and well understood forgiveness even makes them forget, it even makes the other person learn so much about your forceful stance in this process that the person says, yes, I also ask for your forgiveness, and no, no, no. I do it again, and if in that process there are people who promise and do not deliver, then they will follow their path and you will follow yours, because there will no longer be an affinity and there will no longer be a way to be in that game that the one hit the other, or that one betrays the other, or that one creates difficulty with the other. But there are already new rules of how we are going to get along, and we are going to get along with respect, we are going to get along with tolerance. We are not to carry ourselves in a way where we are going to say things to each other, and we are going to avoid that gossip, we are going to avoid those huddles, we are going to avoid not talking behind the person's back. It usually happens that in these bad habits the last one who finds out what you want to say is the direct person, because they rule with everyone instead of talking directly about what is something that concerns both people. I also help them to have that gift of words to speak at the time, to express their truth, and I will give them the opportunity to do so with respect. Sometimes they send that truth to hit the other, they send that truth in an intense way, forgetting that there are more loving and calmer ways of being able to say this: I don't like it, this hurt me, we can solve this. And the important thing is also that they learn to let go. Get rid of those resentments that keep you overwhelmed, those resentments that even though time passes and time passes, you still don't let them go, and they continue to give you strength. And in the process of forgiveness, when you already remove something or someone from your life, you have to put that to rest. Flowers, you have to put a different attitude on it, you have to put an understanding on it, so that resentments do not build up again, and all the time they are cleaned and the same pain comes back and comes out. Clean it and then the same resentment comes out, to say, I have already learned from this, I am tired of fighting with this person, I have already turned the page and now I am starting a new path in my life. God bless you, dear brothers, in the grace of my Father, to bless this gratitude with which you are celebrating life today, the way you are remembering all your loved ones to thank, and all those who have been painful teachers also to thank them, because they have become stronger. I am Jesus of Nazareth. Very good night.